Well, first let me say thank you to Lamont, Sean, Larry for having me here. Everybody here okay?
Yes.
All right. I'll start with the poem that was accepted to this, that appears in this issue. Forgive my old school approach. My printer didn't work, but I have a 1963 Royal. So I was able to type this up this afternoon. And forgive also, I've discovered lately that I'm an old dog and that I need spectacles. Slight preface to this piece: it is not a war poem, however, it is does involve death and loss, and it relates to a recent sinking of a crowded passenger ferry near Seoul, Korea, and they reported after 195 days to have found the final victim aboard the wreckage, and that's where this poem draws its title, 195 Days. It's from the perspective of that person. I banged the walls till my knuckles bled. Nobody heard. The water came in so fast, like a winning team returning to its locker room. The lights went out and the world spun upside down. I held my breath the way I'd seen swimmers do, then nothing. Every day since then has been night. The water is greener than we think. As children, we draw water blue. From here, I watch my own children asleep in their beds, see their drawings on the wall, blue skies, white birds, an orange giraffe. In their dreams is an empty shape where I should be. Water flows around it like a river stone, an old fishing lure or a pistol tossed away in haste. When they find me, they will put me on a metal table under a bright lamp, where a doctor will decide what to say when his own daughter asks what color death is. There are lots of kinds of wars, small wars, wars we don't necessarily see, that I cover in this book. Some are the kind that we do think about when we think about war. Some are wars of addiction, some are wars of mental illness, some are wars of poverty. This poem is called Ray. Ray was married, owned a home, had a job teaching high school. The girls, he used to say, they're like wisps of light. I tell him to keep his hands off and to stay away from the drugs. But he was what they call a garbage head. He'd take anything: coke, speed, heroin, acid, sometimes together. I ran into him today for the first time in a decade. He was begging in an abandoned doorway. When he saw me, his eyes brightened. We talked about the old days, friends living and friends dead. He said he was off the H, but still on methadone. His teeth were gone. He carried a backpack filled with scraps and paperbacks. I'm still writing, he said, and reading Camus. We talked about the gods. He believes in many, I in far fewer. I believe in Spinoza's God, Einstein had said, who reveals himself in the orderly harmony of what exists. We agreed on that much, shook hands, and walked off to seek whatever harmony awaits us. This one is a little more surreal. It's called Rooming House Redbeard. The guy upstairs built a pirate ship in his living room just to make his regrets walk the plank. For weeks he came in late, and each night I heard him hammering away. When he finished, he filled his tub with sharks and let the water run till the waves reached the sill. Then one by one he sent them out, knees shaking, lips whispering prayers of remorse, each falling to the snapping jaws until the night and the rum had gone. This is called The Carpenter and the Con Man. It's about my grandfather. My grandfather was a World War II vet. He landed at Normandy, went on ahead and built bridges for the military, and then came home when he had some mine shrapnel in his legs. He came home and spent the rest of his life as a builder. The carpenter. So this is the carpenter and the con man. I used to like the way my grandfather rolled his smoke in his sleeve while he worked, one hand holding the plank steady, the other sawing. If not for this crippled arm, I would have liked to do that. Build something. A school maybe, or a bridge between two hard drinking towns. Instead, I stay up late, my stomach shot from too much wine, and I build these poems. Nothing but smoke, nothing up my sleeve. This next one is called Higher Education. At the college of doing without, some major in starvation, some in imprisonment, some in illness, some in loneliness. Some have lost a parent, a brother, a sister, a lover, a child. Our graduates can be found in every nation of the world. Some are the gray shadows of burned pines. Some are curtains in hotel windows. Some circle the streetlights late on August evenings. Others are never seen at all, but only felt. A whiff of cedar smoke miles at sea. A hand on your shoulder as you board the train. This is called The Asterisk at the Edge of Heaven. We're told as children, through various faiths and in various tongues, of the soul and of death. The body, I was told, is but a nest. The bird is the soul. What happens to the soul when we die, I asked. It flies away, my grandmother said. It flies up into the clouds to be with God. And the body, I said, does it feel anything afterward? My grandmother shook her head. No. Then why, I asked, do coffins have pillows? This is called The Village. In the village, they are killing the chickens. A sickness has entered the coops, and now the hatchets fall all over town, the snow red as a poppy field. In spring, the soldiers will come and declare the village a disease of the state. Bullets will fall on every street, and the ground will cry blood all the way to the river. By autumn, a foreign army will arrive with its cannons, and the bodies of the soldiers will be buried below the red leaves. New villagers will follow, and with them their children, their plows, their music, their stories, their hatchets, their chickens. Skip that one. I'll end with this one. I think this is probably... It's called The Wrong Guy. When drinking, I was often mistaken for homeless. One night I'd taken a seat on the sidewalk to evaluate my assets, which amounted to 13 cents, when two young guys walked by. "Here you go, buddy," said one, and dropped a fistful of coins into my hand. "No, no," said the other, "you gave those to the wrong guy." I was accustomed to being the wrong guy. Wrong for the job, wrong for the marriage, or just wrong. "You want these back?" I asked. "No," said the first guy, "you look like you could use them." I counted the coins. Enough for 3 drinks. He was right. I could. Thank you very much.